All right, welcome to the W2W halftime report. I am the Knight, and joining me from his LA studios, as always, is the Raider Pirate. What's going on, Pirate?
What's going on, Raider Nation?
All right, Raider Nation, the time has come. It is halftime at the O.co. We got the lead, 20-10. I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. We're actually dominating this game. There's really should be no reason at this point we should lose this game. Now I know there's a whole nother half to play. We just got to keep doing what we're doing. I think that we're attacking the middle of the field like we're supposed to. There's been some couple of pre-snap issues, but we're running the ball extremely well in the first half, over 100 yards in the first half. Musgrave is calling plays that are attacking the middle of the field, and it's working. There's been a couple of series I wasn't so happy with, but with the 2010 lead, I'm not going to sit here and say anything. We just got to keep putting the pressure. The defense has got to tighten back up. Pirate, your thought?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we're clearly dominating. We have the better quarterback. We've got the better running backs. Our wide receivers right now are making plays. Where I don't know where Rivera is. I wish Rivera was in there a little bit more. But even Latavius Murray, I've been down on Latavius Murray, but he's running hard today. I mean, he's running hard. So he's. That one run was good. I've said it before, you get one of those from him a year where he's got a big time game like this. But no, I mean, I'm loving what I'm seeing. I don't like how soft they became, kind of going a little more prevent at the end of the half there. But we got a 10-point lead. I think it should be more like a 21-point lead, but
right.
We're by 10 right now. And again, like I said, we I think at this point look like the better football team. Hang on, I'll be right back.
Sure. This has been the best game, the best half. I can't say game because the game's not over yet. This has been the best first half we played all season long. Everything's clicking. This is the number one defense we're going up against, guys. I mean, now, granted, I know they don't got to keep Talib, but I'm not even. That's one guy. Okay, it's the next man up philosophy. We're out Sean Smith, and we're doing just fine. So, running the ball, the play calling, doing exactly what we talked about all week. Using our running game, using our running backs out of the backfield. They did take a shot to Walford in the end zone. It didn't work out, but they're attacking the middle of the field, slants, little underneath routes to Murray. And one of the reasons why Murray is running so well, Pirate, and we talked about this earlier last week, and even the week before, when I said I watched some film from last year from Latavius Murray, you get this guy going out of the eye, running downhill, and you open up some holes for this guy, just give him a crease, he runs a lot better. And if you watch all these runs, they're all out of the eye. They're power running this football. They're using the right personnel when they're doing the draw. So there's been a couple of them, but they're using the little guys, and that's what they're good for. And Rashard, once again, this guy just has a burst he has the best burst on the team. I'm not saying he's the best running back. I'm just saying if it's in the kickoff game, the punt game, or when he's out there, he gets a little hole. That little guy just pops out and takes off, man. It's been a great game to see. We got a whole nother half. A 10-point lead is not one you just sit back and start having your drinks and throwing it up. But at the same time, we're dominating this game. So with a guy like Carr at the quarterback position, there should be no reason why we should give this game up. Our defense needs to step back up.
Yeah, and there's just been some great plays. I mean, some catches. Things are going our way. Even when Carr is a little bit off and erratic. I mean, you look at that Holmes catch, and the design of that play that got called back where he faked the ball to Murray and then Murray spun around and then ran to the end zone and he threw to him. I thought that was something that we have not seen before. So you could see that Bill Musgrave has some things inside that toolbox right now that he's designed specifically to go after this football team. So you know how important I think this is. And I think we're going to see one or two more of those things as we come out. It's frustrating. You look at it and you say, okay, he throws that turnaround pass, the wide receiver screen to Amari Cooper. But I think, and I think we're going to see it later in this game, Cooper is going to burn Roby by faking that, where they're going to pop back and he's going to fake the wide receiver screen. And I think Cooper's just going to hit it and you're going to go deep. And then that's kind of where you're going to say, okay, now I get why we run that play. Now I get why we're running the draw. Now I get why we're doing this or that. If we had been using Murray like this the entire year, get him back there deep, get a full head of steam, and run him into that line. And we went ahead and used both of the scat backs on these draws. I like the draws when we're using Washington and Richard. I like the plays. I'm no longer sitting there like, don't do it. I think they're just figuring out that formula of let's pound it with Murray. And Murray, like I said, man, Murray, I got to give him credit. He's running with power. He's running with authority. I think he understands these guys are going to outdo me if I don't, if I don't produce here. The guy's running with power today, and whether that's we get it for one game or not, man, hey, if it's this game, I'll be happy.
11 carries, 79 yards. I saw a taste of it last week in Tampa, and I brought it up this week in one of the shows where you saw Musgrave. Jack mentioned it, that wanted to use the tight ends more, but you saw the wheel routes. You saw them utilizing the middle of the field. I believe that was a warm-up to what we're seeing tonight because they're constantly, I think there's only one play that stands out in my head where Carr hit Holmes going out on the sideline. Other than that, they've been attacking the middle of the field except for the screens and all that kind of stuff. This is the kind of thing I want to see more often, not just against a Denver Bronco team. This is how you play the Denver Broncos defense, but yet at the same time, we're dominating this game, both running and passing. And this is the number one passing defense. And again, I know Talib's out, but so what, man? They got Chris Harris in there. They got Roby in there. They got TJ Ward in there. Carr is dicing these guys up. So as long as this continues, there should be no reason. Like I said, the defense needs to find itself again, but this team is looking the best they've have all season in a game where it matters the most. I was real nervous heading up to this, but this is what I'm talking about, man.
No, we clearly look like the better football team. Yes, they have Von Miller, and they're playing without their, one of their best corners, which shakes up the secondary. But that's still a good defense. It's a very good defense. This is still a very dangerous second half team. That's the problem. They give up a bunch of points in the first, come back and they score a bunch of points and don't give up any points in the second half. So it's a situation coming out of the half here. This is a very, very important possession. We cannot go 3 and out. We can't, we don't need a field goal. We've got to be able to drive the length of this field and score a touchdown here coming out. If we can do that and we could just stay ahead of these guys, we've got Janikowski, even though he missed that kick. I don't care. You're going to miss kicks, right? That's going to happen in this league. Some of them are going to get blocked. Some of them be too long. Wide left, wide right, whatever it is. Obviously, he still had the length to kick the ball. He's just got to line that thing up. Kickers get in slumps just like pitchers do, shooters do. This is just a thing that he can either be in for a while or he can pull himself out of. But again, very important series coming out of the half. We have got to put 7 on these guys. And if we can do that, then I think that we just based on what I'm seeing in this game, we obviously look like at least the second best team in the AFC West. I don't know if the Chiefs are the best team or not. They beat us at this point, but we obviously look like Denver is not a team that we cannot play with.
We got to keep in mind, like you said, this defense is going to come and play a little harder. And this offense has the weapons and the capability. I think they're a little weak at the running game. I think that's where we got them right now. But we got to be prepared for everything. And I'm gonna raise the stakes on you just a little bit, not raise the stakes, but just kind of counter argue a little bit. You're right. You're 100% right. If we go down and we get the touchdown right now in this series, that's going to set the tone for the rest of the game. I think we kind of start putting that chokehold on them. But I think it's just as viable, regardless of what happens, that we at least get 3 points out of this drive to get that field goal back and keep the pressure on Simeon, because I don't think Simeon's ready to handle this kind of pressure. Derek Carr is. Remember, he might not be a rookie, Simeon that is, but this is his first year. Okay, so I don't know if he's exactly ready. I think he's feeling the heat. He's trying to get the ball out quick. We tighten this defense up, find a pass rush, and like I said, there should be no reason we should lose this game. I don't care how good this defense is. We've shown that we have the weapons to attack it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, guys, remember, we are going to be going live after the game. It's a late game, so we may not be on that long, but we will be going live after the game. I don't know, Jay, are we doing half an hour after or just directly after?
We'll play it by ear. Let's see who calls in. We'll talk about that right before we jump on. But
no, I'm saying, do we start a half an hour after the? Because it's so late, do we just go on right after the game?
We'll probably jump on as soon as we can. So, depending on how the game flows, if we end up dominating, we're winning, we got the lead, and we know it's over. Yeah, right after the game. If it's a nail biter, give us 5 or 10 minutes. So, all right. So that's going to wrap up the halftime show. Kickoff is getting ready to happen here in a few minutes. So, guys, stay Raider strong. Keep believing, man. This is a great game. We're dominating, baby. Woo.
Hang on a second. Let me throw something up here before we go. But go ahead, keep talking for a second.
No, okay. I was like waiting for it myself. I'm sitting there like, oh, what's he got going on? But no, guys, hey, keep believing, keep fighting. They're getting ready to kick the ball off right now. We love you guys. We'll see you guys after the game. Let's go Raiders! Come on, I'm pumped. I was so jacked up, I almost threw up before the game. So let's finish this off. Here we go, kickoff. All right, we'll see you guys after the game. For the Raider Pirate, I am the Knight. You got what you got, or do you want me to go?
1 second, man. 1 second. Just hang on, people.
They kicked the ball off already.
Yeah.
There we go.
I know what you can do. Now press it open, let me see you.
It's going down for real.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, guys.
Let's get out of here.
Offense is on. We'll see you guys after the game. Let's go Raiders!
It's